Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Narzgel and welcome to the Look What I Did This Week series, part 3. This week we will be taking a look at, surprise surprise, Czechoslovakia. More concretely on one of its focuses that have enough content in it to make for one standalone mod itself. I'm talking about Czechoslovak global arm export focus. By completing this focus, you unlock options to sell your military equipment across the globe. In this video, we will take a look at how this focus and decisions functions, on all the options you have, on all the options foreign nations have, and also we will talk about how AI will handle those things. So let's get started. When you complete that focus, you are immediately greeted with this event. It tells you about the history of Czechoslovak arms export and also provides you with 3 options. The third one lets you alter conditions that other nations must meet in order to join the arms export. You can choose which ideology must that nation have, or from which region they are. The first and second option starts the arms export. The only difference between them is that the first one immediately contacts your present and past customers in order to really kick-start the arms export. As you can see, here Iran accepted the arms purchase. Republic of China also accepted, Afghanistan rejected, Turkey accepted, Yugoslavia accepted, and Romania rejected. And Poland also accepted. Now, when that's done, we can take a look on the decisions. Here we have completely new decision category, which is showing us how much we are focused on arms export, how many nations we can supply, how many nations is currently supplied, and which nations those are. We can also see how many equipment we already delivered. But before we can do anything, we have to wait 10 days until the arms export starts. After 10 days, we will get this, well, kinda unfinished event, which will start the arms export. And from now on, nations that are buying can order certain amount of desired equipment. As you can see, we now have this mission. That mission provides us with further informations and also tells us how much each nation is paying us. That payment comes each 120 days, so as does the equipment delivery. Just so you understand, you will be not sending them equipment from your stockpile. Instead, you will be sending them newly produced equipment, so nothing gets deducted from your stockpile. The fact that some of your factories are focused on only producing equipment for foreign nations is represented by this national spirit. Now, let's take a look on what can you do with arms export and mainly what can you get from it. For it, let's take a look on the mission again and let me unpause the game. As you can see, the nations already increased the number of equipment they would like to purchase, and therefore they will be paying us the certain amount of political power. So in 120 days we will get 180 political power and also 2 off-map civilian factories. Since political power will play a huge role in the Czechoslovak focus tree, this will be really profitable for us. In order to supply more nations, we can also expand the arms export program. That will worsen the arms export national spirit, however let us supply additional 2 nations. We can also privatize the military sector which will give us a unique national spirit and let us supply 2 more nations. However, we will have to sacrifice 25% of political power we would gain. We can privatize the military sector 3 times, and the level 3 national spirit is actually really powerful. The communists also hate privatized military sector, which is a nice bonus. As you can see, you can also restart and pause the arms export program, and these decisions are here just to showcase you that that possibility exists. In the live version, they will be hidden until needed. Now we will take a look on how other nations can join. As you can see, we are currently playing as Germany. The Czechoslovakia completed the global arms export program, and we have this decision here in which we can press this decision and join the arms export if Czechoslovakia agrees, which they does. As you can see, we just got a whole new number of decisions together with one unnamed one yet. Anyway, through this you can increase or decrease demand for certain equipment. However, as you can see, we can't do that yet because we don't have that mission. That's because we have to wait 120 days until the one for Czechoslovakia runs out and the mission restarts. As you can see here, we also are limited by how many factories we have, because the lesser factories you have, the lesser equipment you can order. Now we are playing as Poland, and as you can see, they joined in the first round, so they can increase, well, they can't increase because they are at the limit, but they can decrease the amount of equipment they want. This mission also shows us how many equipment we will get in 120 days. Because you can go to the negative political power, there is a thing for that too. When we unpause the game, you will see that we got this mission, the long-term lack of funds. If we are not above at least 0 political power in 180 days, we will leave the global arms export program. That's here to safeguard that nations don't go into minus 1000 political power. One more thing that's important to note is which nations can join the program. And the answer on that is that, well, all the important nations can. So Brazil, Argentina, Mexico, Canada, Sweden, Finland, Turkey, Bulgaria, even Indonesia and China, Australia, and so on and so on. So the beauty of this mechanic is that it provides content for, well, basically every nation you would play. Now let's talk about AI, shall we? First one, we will talk about the conditions which Czechoslovakia sets for the nations. This will be hard-coded into some of the Czechoslovak focuses. So for example, if they go democratic, they won't obviously supply fascist nations and also maybe communist nations. If they go fascist, it will be other way around, and so on and so on. But if they go neutrality path, they might try to supply everyone and profit from the war as much as they can. These other decisions aren't that important in terms of AI behavior, but obviously if they go communist path, they won't privatize the military sector, and other way around with nationalization of military sector. Czechoslovakia, when playing as AI, will also pause the arms export program when they are threatened by other nations. More important is the AI for other nations. Those nations will try to join the program if they are lacking certain number of equipment. What concerns, what will they select, what will they order? It all depends on which equipment they are lacking. So for example, if they have enough infantry equipment but they are lacking support equipment, they will order support equipment. Then, if they have enough of support equipment, they will actually lower how many support equipment they want to get and try to order different types of equipment. Extra weight when they are deciding is put on infantry equipment because, well, it's the most important. They will also not order equipment which they have not researched yet. They will also leave the program if they have enough equipment in stockpile. They will also leave if their internal problems are getting unbearable and they need political power elsewhere. And that will be all for today. If you like this mechanic, I just put it into the early access, which you can get through my Patreon. You are also welcome to join UMC or Discord, where I am very active and will gladly answer all your questions and so on and so on. So until next time, see ya!